Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me, Morphsuit America, and in this video I'm going to just kind of make these short videos, talk about like particular things and showcasing certain things, gacha games or other games. But yeah, for this video it's in reference to New Genesis. It's to kind of respond to a comment that I saw in my previous video. If you haven't seen that video, upper right hand corner or in the description, note that that video is just showing my personal opinion about New Genesis, the state of the game, and my thoughts about it. That shouldn't deter you away from liking the game. Even if I say all these things, like, I respect the fact that you guys like it still and trying to keep up with it. Even though it has, like, this, and this, and even though I state this, and this, note to that, I still respect your guys' opinions, may it be good and or bad. But anyways, the particular comment just addressed, you guys can't see it anymore by the way because they delete it. They tend to do this with like their messages in Discord and sometimes on YouTube. But yeah, this person just state that like, hey look, more if you're saying all these things, but you might be a bit biased because of how you're exposed to Oracle and all that. And they're not wrong, but let me add on to that because it's not just Oracle. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of mediums, and by mediums I'm referring to a lot of things like movies, other video games, other MMORPGs, a lot of exposure to all these things. Just because of these exposures, it's hard for me to really give NGS, you know, it's like, it's judgment without having to be biased and having to pull up all these different comparisons. And I feel like a lot of videos out there, especially when they do reviews and whatnot, will bring a sort of reference, and it's like, yeah, it's great enough for you to bring that up, but can you judge the game as it is without having to do that sort of thing? Can you actually look at the game and then just talk about the game without having to do that? I might be wrong. There might be a couple videos out there that can do that, but a lot of the videos I've watched, they always bring some sort of comparison and reference and whatnot. And like this day and age too, it's like when you describe something, you kind of bring that out as well. And I will say this, yeah, Oracle does have an influence in what I feel. Well, it does cloud a bit my judgment in a way, but at the same time, it's like there's still Phantasy Star Online 2 in the name of New Genesis, and Phantasy Star Online 2 Oracle is pretty much what the state of the game was before that happened. And yeah, I understand some of the movements and points, like, you know, out with the old, in with the new, and, you know, new graphics, new sort of implementations, and making it casual friendly, but then there's like some stuff that I'm like scratching my head with, especially with some of the farming again, but then again, it's an MMORPG, so they get to have elements and components like that, so it's nothing new. There's so many things I can point out, but anyways, getting back on topic, yes, there's exposure with Oracle. There's a lot of good history that I have with Oracle that kind of clouds my judgment with the New Genesis. But at the same time, it's like, this isn't the only thing. There's other MMORPG games that I've played. There's other stories that I've read. So many things that just kind of factor into me just not saying a bunch of good stuff with New Genesis. And once again, for me to really appreciate this, I have to kind of delete all these exposures. But then the question is, even if this became like, let's say hypothetically, I haven't played any games and then I tried out New Genesis and I think that's like the best game because that's the first game that I played. Now, the question is, will I be able to like not compare it if I tried something that has like a bunch of good stuff to it? Like if I, for example, went to Terra or like Final Fantasy 14 or some other MMORPG, will I be able to say the same sort of statement like, hey look, NGS is still good after playing something like that? Even if I do not want to try to judge it and like compare it with some other games, it might be in my nature, or maybe human nature, to kind of bring up some comparisons, just because that's gonna happen. It's like if you go to real life, if you think about jobs, for example, you work at a very shitty job with like a bad supervisor and then like bad co-workers, and it's just a negative environment. Then you go into a new environment where it's like they're treating you well, they're not actually treating you like shit. It's like, are you able to keep it like unbiased and try not to make a comparison from that sort of thing. That's what it's like with me with New Genesis. It's like, yes, I could try to like it, but at the same time, with all this exposure, how can I not judge it like that? And I just realized I should go through that T instead for the PSE burst. So the person that comments and said that, they're not wrong. And some of you guys might be able to point that out as well, like saying, hey, look, Morph, you're a bit biased because of your exposure to Oracle. But it's not just that, it's just stories in general. And it kind of sucks that, like, I may not be saying a lot of good things about New Genesis. I mean, there are some good things I can easily point out, but it's like, right now, there's not like a huge drive for me to still make this as my main game. And right now, I'm viewing it as a side game. It kind of went into that rabbit hole. And not only that, I'm just getting tired of doing MMORPG stuff. I'm getting old. Yeah, I'm playing some other games. I played a different game. Or, I played a game that I wasn't expecting to pick up. I picked it up because I was hearing a bunch of good things about it. And it just piqued my interest. So I'll bring that up in a separate video. But that is pretty much it for this video before I make it any longer. So, oh gosh. They just popped out of nowhere. So thank you guys for watching. It's just a quick video to just explain that. It's just pretty much exposure. I just been exposed to a lot of things. And it's going to be hard for me to really judge it as it is. So this is just one side, one opinion, mind you. Like, I get it. Once again, I understand that some people genuinely like this game. And, you know, it's because of X, Y, and Z. I respect that. Personally, for me, though, once again, I have my own opinions, already shared my opinions. Some of you guys agreeing or disagree. I don't really care. Like, everyone has the freedom to express themselves and just state all these things. I'm just, once again, stating my honest, true feelings about it. Yes, it could be because of these exposures, but at the same time, it is what it is. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you want to share your own thoughts and opinions and all that, you can put it down below. See you guys in the next video. Peace.